Hello everyone, my name is Joe Ackourey and welcome to my channel, The Fly of the Week. So for episode 6, I'm going to share with you my method for tying quill body comparadons, such as the blue quill, the quill Gordon, and so forth. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll see you at the vise. Today we're going to be tying quill body comparadons, specifically the quill Gordon. So here we go. Let's put the hook in the vise, making sure that the shank of the hook is always parallel to the tabletop, and it is. Now, just like the last lesson for setting the wing, we're going to find that area where we're going to place the wing. So we're going to wrap halfway up or back to the shank, and then ride back up halfway of what you wrapped, which is about the 3/4 mark, and that's where the wing is going to be set. So for this Quill Gordon, we're going to go with a little darker shade of Comparadon deer hair, so like a dark shade, and we're going to get a bunch of that hair. Again, we're going to comb out the fuzz carefully. This has quite a bit of it. This piece has quite a bit of fuzz, so you can see the importance of always checking your wing to see if there's any of that little downy fuzz in between each fiber. You want to get rid of that. Getting rid of that will make it float a lot nicer for you. So now that after we got that step done, we're going to place the natural ends of the deer hair into the stacker. And then we're going to stack. Okay, let's see what we got. Very nice. Very nice clean cut end. One hair. Okay, grab that wing. Let's set this up so that we get a nice end result here. Okay, place the wing material on top of the shank of the hook, and that make sure your thread is tight. You're going to place that in that predetermined area, and then we're going to wrap 10 or 12 wraps in one focused area. Hold on to that wing. Do not let it roll. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Take those wraps off, just like the last lesson. Take those wraps off. Now notice that I have a nice crease in the wing, or I have a set in the wing. And that's going to help me with the technique that I showed you on the previous lesson. So start by wrapping the thread in that first spot in that crease and allowing the wing to spin 360 degrees around the shank of the hook. By doing that, what you do is distribute that bump all the way around the shank of the hook instead of on top like a traditional Comparadon is tied. So now this hair is a lot shorter than the last fly I tied, so I'm going to clip some of this off without clipping the good stuff. We want to save this. This is our natural ends, and that's our wing material. We're going to clip this on an angle, clipping back, or clipping up, I'm sorry, into the wing, and now pick the wing up in the front and clip back. By doing that method, it eliminates the bump, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second or two here. Wrap through those cut ends very carefully. And notice, no bump, guys. The deer hair was distributed 360 degrees around the shank of the hook, eliminating the bump, making it possible to tie smaller and smaller Comparadons. Okay, now we're going to gather all that hair up. I'm going to try to angle this toward the camera a little bit here. Gather all that hair up and start damming up some thread. Push the wing back a little bit here. There we go. Until it stands up straight, and give it a little pull. It's going to look a little messy in the beginning. We have a couple hairs out of place here, but just give that wing a little pull and start to fan it out. You want to fan this out 180 degrees. Nice. Looking really good. Okay, now let's put the tails on. Get your thread back to the bend of the hook, or just where the shank and the bend meet. Now you want to grab yourself a medium to dark dun hackle, and you're going to draw these fibers down so that they're perpendicular to the stem of the hackle, just like so. Just like so. So I'm going to grab this bunch here. You always want to grab, like, the natural ends are what's going to be jetting out the back of this fly. So you want to grab them on this side so that you don't have to keep moving them around. And if you don't grab them on that side, I grab them on this side, I have to flip them around, and then all the ends are going to become uneven, and it's going to look a little messy. So you see how nice and even those ends are, those fibers are. Using the tips of your fingers, grab the tips of the fibers carefully, and then pull away. Now just compress those, and there's your nice wing, or I'm sorry, tail. Now, the length of the tail of the wing was equal to the shank of the hook, including the eye of the hook. We're going to do the same for the tail. Remember, we're always proportionating materials to the hook. The hook dictates to us fly tyers the correct proportions. So, attach that tail, clip off any excess, blend the tail material with the wing material, and you got a nice, really nice taper body. Grab your tail, kick up a wrap or two underneath the tail of thread, fan out your tail before you put pressure on the bobbin to lock it in. There we go, guys. So now, so far we have a wing length, a wing and a tail. The wing length is equal to the shank of the hook plus the eye, and the tail has the same proportions. A couple wild hairs there. Let me get rid of them. Here we go. Now for the body. The body for this, the Quill Gordon Compara is made from the peacock eye only. Not the hurl down here. It has to come from the peacock eye. The reason why is because there's a natural stripe in the fiber. So when I pull off one of these fibers and start stripping the fuzz, you'll notice a defined line. I use my fingers to strip this off. I'm not always successful, but a pencil eraser will work just as good. But you can see how nice I got that. Notice the defined stripe. I hope the camera picks it up to show you guys. Now, you want to tie this end in along the body, along the shank of the hook, and right up against the tails, and then kind of get your thread up to the wing. I'm trying to even out the body here a little bit so we don't have any bumps in our quill body. So now very carefully, you want to wrap your quill body up the shank of the hook, right to the wing. There you have it, guys. The body is built. I'm going to wrap 1 or 2 wraps in there. 2 or 3, actually. There's your quill body. Looks impressive. And now we want to hide our thread wraps with a little bit of fur blend. And the color I'm choosing is muskrat. I'm just going to use a little hint of muskrat fur blend. Dub that on your thread and form a nice little noodle. Slide that up. Make sure it's tight. Maybe 1 or 2 wraps in the back of the wing. A couple in the front. Reposition your wing. Maybe 1 more in the back. Get rid of those couple of hairs there. Okay, 1 more in the front. There you go, guys. Tie your finishing knot. Clean up the fly of any stray fibers, deer hair fibers. And there you have it. Quill Gordon Compara. Quill body Comparadons. Very easy to tie. And they look awesome and they fish awesome. A little drop of glue to finish the fly. You could even put a little on the body just to secure that a little bit. Once that dries, it'll help with the strength of it so it doesn't fall apart too easily on you. And there you go, guys. The Quill body Comparadon, or in this case, the Quill Gordon. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode and looking forward to the next. I'll see you soon. Thank you.